don't normally see me on Facebook Live unless Zykira has a question, a random question that she's asking me. So I did want to come on live on a serious note, and I wanted to speak to established entrepreneurs, and I also wanted to talk to aspiring entrepreneurs. All right, so here's the deal. I was listening to a podcast today by Gary Vaynerchuk. For those of you, you might know him as Gary V. All right, and first, before I do that, I want to read everybody the real definition of entrepreneur. Because I haven't looked at the definition of entrepreneur probably since I became an entrepreneur. And most of you guys know my story, right? I fired my boss when I was 28 years old. I'm 35 years old now. I'm about to be 36 next month, right? You know, full entrepreneur. All right. And, you know, there's all right, let's start here. And you guys can comment if you like what I'm saying, if you don't like what I'm saying. But I felt the need that I have a message, and I wanted to start a conversation that needs to be had. All right, so the simple definition of an entrepreneur: it is a person who starts a business and is willing to risk loss in order to make money. All right, now Gary V actually said something that I thought was really powerful, right? He said that the 41st person who worked for Facebook made more money than most people in the world. I mean, really, and again, if you're not an entrepreneur, you have no desire to be an entrepreneur, please get out of this conversation. I'm serious. It's not going to be an entertaining video. This is really serious because I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, and I feel that what Gary V was talking about in this keynote, I think a lot of entrepreneurs really need to pay attention, right? And I'm just going to give my twist on it, and I'm going to peel back another layer from what he was talking about. But really think about that. The 41st person who worked for Facebook created a fortune, right? And I know a lot of the times what this generation is doing, my mom has said it before, right? She said, too many chiefs and not enough Indians, right? And what we're seeing in entrepreneurship more than ever, not only are we seeing most entrepreneurs fail, I'm talking about grand opening, grand closing, right? And we have some really talented entrepreneurs that are going out of business every single second, right? 80% of what? 80% of all business owners go out of business in their first 18 months. Now, here's what I've learned through entrepreneurship, that everybody wants to be Mark Zuckerberg. Everybody wants to be the man. Everybody wants to make the boss calls. Everybody wants to start $1 million business, $100 million business, $1 billion business. But let's go back to the definition of an entrepreneur. It says a person who starts a business and is willing to risk loss in order to make money. As we look at those 41 people the first 41 people that started to work with Facebook, that created a fortune, right? I'm talking about millions and millions of dollars. The 41st person became wealthy by jumping in on an idea. What I'm seeing in a lot of entrepreneurs these days is they don't understand the importance of partnering, right? Collaborating in business. They want to do everything by themselves. And the thing that wipes most of the entrepreneurs out is they're not willing to risk loss in order to make money. So let's paint a little picture for you guys. Especially, listen, if you're an established entrepreneur, chances are your business is not really thriving, right? The percentage of a business that's thriving is very minimal. So you can get up on here on social media, You can tell your stories to people, how well your business is doing, but listen, real recognize real. And I know some of you are really, really struggling right now in your business that are established, right? And I also know some of you aspiring entrepreneurs, you're fighting the going all in with your entrepreneurship. And the reason why you're fighting it is because you believe that you have to build this business all by yourself. On the other hand, there's a lot of you that don't want to work with other people. You don't want to partner with other people. You don't have to be Mark Zuckerberg to become a successful entrepreneur. You don't have to be Steve Jobs to become a successful entrepreneur. If you look at all of the really successful entrepreneurs, what they really had is they had a foundation of partnerships that they've built to do the type of results that they've created. So here's what I'm telling you. Listen, I'll use my personal story. Since podcasting started, I always wanted to do a podcast. And the only reason why year after year after year came in of me not doing a podcast once it really hit mainstream is that I didn't know how to do it, and I thought that I had to do everything by myself. But I also heard the saying, oftentimes in business, you have to trade in your ego and turn it into equity. Right? So what I did was I threw my ego out of the window and I said, let me find somebody that understands what podcasting is and how to maneuver through podcasting, and I can learn from that person. Henceforth, we have Inner Success Radio Podcast. This was not a selfish plug. However, if you're not already subscribed and downloaded it, feel free to do so now. My point is, a lot of us have great ideas. We have great businesses. But we're afraid of not only asking for help, but also figuring out how to work with other people that can help our businesses grow. Just imagine your business. Let's say you have 5 entrepreneurial friends right now. Okay, you have 5 entrepreneurial friends right now. People who have entrepreneuring businesses and they're not really doing well. Let's say you know someone who wants to start a radio show. Okay? I bet you that radio show person knows a writer. Right? But you know what the writers, you know what the director, all the things. You need marketing. You need a marketing team to do a radio show. You need some salespeople to start a radio show. You need maybe some guests to be on your show. But you know what? That person that has an idea of doing a radio show, you know friends that are writers. You know some friends that know how to do video, how to do photography. But those people that you know, those entrepreneurs so-called that are writers, directors, creators, they see you wanting to start your radio show, but you know what? They have to write their way to entrepreneurship. Right? Everybody has their own little thing that they're trying to blow up and do it really big. And they're ignoring the fact that 80% of businesses go out of business in their first 18 months. So here's what I've been sent to tell you today. If you have a dream, if your goal, if your idea is to become a radio host, to start a radio show, you need to release your ego and start thinking of ways that you can collaborate. That's what this new wave is all about. Stop trying to be all that, stop trying to do everything that you want. Stop trying to do it all by yourself. I want to know what you guys feel about this. And I won't even step out there and say I'm crazy for thinking this, because I see it happen to entrepreneurs every single day. You have a business idea. Your friends, the people in your circle have business ideas, but you guys are all doing your own thing. I want to hear from you guys. Everybody needs somebody. Collaboration is so important. Shout out to you, Charles Rivers. Right? Shout out to Charles Rivers. Charles Rivers give me the opportunity to actually be on the podcast. Shout out to you, Charles. Also, shout out to you, Zykira. You know, we got something that's going on that Ask BB show, right? I noticed what your skill set was. So what did I say? Of course, I can go out and get these questions. Of course, I can go out there and touch the people, but that's not what I'm passionate about. That's not my personality. That's not what I've been called to do. So what do? I say, yo, Kara, boom, we make a collaboration like y'all calling. You talking about spread the wisdom. I appreciate you. Thank you, Linda. And I know Linda goes to Creflo Dollar, right? She's connected with Creflo Dollar and his ministry, right? I was just telling, matter of fact, I can't tell you guys, I don't know if you've ever been to any one of Creflo Dollar's, I don't know what you call it, but where he has service, right? I hate to talk about these mega churches because they have such a negative context connected to it. But what a lot of these small-minded people think about these mega churches, it takes a lot to run a mega church. It takes a lot to run a mega church. You know how many employees that is necessary to run a mega church? Talking about collaborations, partnerships, entrepreneurship. You're a great entrepreneur, but you're not the definition of an entrepreneur. You're not willing to risk it all to actually get something. You may know an entrepreneur like me, right? Maybe you have an idea. Listen, I'm the guy that's willing to risk everything in order to make a business prosper. I'm that guy. Maybe you're not built like that. Maybe you're not cut from the same cloth. If I told you about all of the ways that I finance my money and I budget my money, you would think I was crazy. But what you'll find in common with most of the main entrepreneurs out there is that they have that same commonality. So what I'm really trying to say, I'll keep bringing back the fact that 80% of all businesses go out of business in their first 18 months. Most of those people, they don't have the ability to bounce back when something goes wrong the way that I do. Now, I'm not saying that you need to work with me or you need to partner with me. Maybe you do. But I'm not saying that, right? I could care less if I work with or without you. I would love to work with you if somehow we can get to a common ground. But the truth of the matter is, you may have the skills and the talent, but you may not have that cloth, right? To start a business and willing to risk in order to make some money. Maybe you know somebody that has that characteristic, that they can do the business for you while you do the work. And you guys can build a collaboration or a partnership that way. Remember what I said earlier, because I listened to Gary Vaynerchuk, right? Gary said the 41st person who worked for Facebook created a fortune. Y'all not thinking about that. Y'all gonna get off of this thing. Listen, tag all the entrepreneurs that you know in this comment right now. I'm trying to tell you, but y'all don't want to listen to me. Y'all don't want to listen to me. Listen, the 41st person who joined you know what I get excited about? What separates entrepreneurs like myself and most of the entrepreneurs out there is because the entrepreneurs that you know wake up every single morning, they go to bed at night every night thinking about how they can make $1 million. And what entrepreneurs like me think about when we wake up in the morning and when we go to bed at night is we think about how we're going to pay somebody $1 million. 41st person. If you're an entrepreneur right now, which this message is only for, this is only for established entrepreneurs who are stuck, and this is for aspiring entrepreneurs. Listen to me when I'm telling you. You need help. The way this entrepreneurial wave is going right now, you will not make it by yourself. Nobody has made it by themselves in history in entrepreneurship. If anybody tells you that they did everything by themselves, you better run and run quickly. You need help. You need a partnership. You need collaborations. I'm so sick of, why do we think people start businesses, stop businesses, start new businesses? Because they don't have help. They don't have help. You know this. Wait. Someone should be saying in the comments, someone should be saying, wait a minute, did he just say the 41st person who worked for Face? The 41st, focus on the 41st. How many people do you have partnered with your business? I'll wait. Listen, if you don't have anybody, join a movement of somebody that's been doing it a while that you can trust in. Someone that you knows that has that killer business instinct. You have the talent. That's the thing. We all have great talent. We all have great talent, but some of us don't have that business instinct. But does that mean that we can't do good at business? No. Look at professional athletes, right? They have agents to do their business. They play the game, and their agents do the business. You shout out to Jay-Z, right? And Rock Nation, right? That's all this message is about. Like, maybe you were thinking about entrepreneurship all too wrong. Maybe I'll get this message to the right entrepreneur that's going to be like, yo, I need to figure out, I do know a writer. I do know a nurse's assistant. Right? I do know this type of person. Maybe I can drop my ego and trade it in for some equity. Think about it. Why aren't you going into business? Why aren't you partnering? And listen, I know it's hard. Partnering is hard. And I'm telling you this from right now in my business where I stand right now. Because everybody wants to be me. Everybody wants to have my skill set. Everybody wants to be Steve Jobs. Everybody wants to be Bill Gates. Bill Gates didn't even build any piece of software. He had the vision and he had the people that was in place doing it. Like, we talking real entrepreneurship, or we just talking about it like it's a fad? Like, seriously. Listen, I got a program, right? 4 reasons why you suck at sales. And you know one of the things I say in there, listen, when you in business, guess what? You an aspiring entrepreneur, your business is stuck right now, guess what? Sales needs to be made. Sales must be made for a business to grow. And you know what? If you're not good at sales, you better stop saying that. You either got to make the sale yourself or you got to pay somebody to do the sales for you. Either way, it's got to be done. All right, so I got to get out of here. I got a conference call right now. I'm going to be learning right now. That's another key right there. I got to be learning right now. In 3 minutes, I'm going to be learning from about 3 millionaires. You hear what I'm talking about? Yeah, I fired my boss when I was 28. Yeah, my business is doing pretty well. We making a little bit of noise. But guess what? I'm still learning. I'm still learning. You see what I'm saying? Now, let me also clear something else up before we get out of here. You're going to see I'm telling you, you're going to see 5 years from now, every single person that you know that is working by themselves and are selfish entrepreneurs, they're stingy. I've tried to work with people years ago, and I see those same people still have problems working with people. And they ain't go nowhere since the last time I connected with them. Are y'all serious? You need help. You need help. You need help. If your business idea went down the drain, it went down the toilet bowl, you started a business 5 years ago and it went down the drain, or it's non-existent right now, it was because you didn't have help. Because if you had help, anybody that's on my squad, anybody that's on my team, quitting is not an option. So for the 80% of the businesses that go out of business in the first 18 months, my question is, where was they help? Where was their help? Where was their help? 80% of business owners go out of business in 18 months. Where was their help? Where was the me's in their crew? They were non-existent. You need help. Les Brown, the guy who put the forward on my ebook, you see that right there? You know what he said, right? Even a motivator needs a motivator. You need help. If your business is stuck right now, listen, network marketing is the greatest thing in the world. Network marketing. Yeah, that curse word. Network marketing. You need to get with network marketing because you have all the help. You have access to all the help. I love network marketing. And if you're not a full-blown entrepreneur and you don't understand, you need to go back. Listen, you need to take a second look at network marketing. If you didn't take anything else from this message, you need to ask for help, or you're going to be a statistic, and it's not going to be a good statistic. You're going to go out of business, or you're going to remain stuck, and you're going to remain an entrepreneur forever. And like I always say, not everybody should be an entrepreneur. But I do believe everybody can do some sort of business. If you don't have that business instinct, you need to connect with somebody that does so they can take your skill and your passion and your dream to the next level. Stop trying to do it all by yourself. My name is Billionaire Brown. Thank you for taking a look. Aspiring entrepreneurs, established entrepreneurs. I would love, tell me how you feel about this, asking for help. Tell me how you feel about it. Maybe you have a story about how your business went down the drain because of this same problem. You didn't have help. You need help. You need partnerships and you need collaborations. That's where the new wave of entrepreneurship is going. I got to get on this call right now because I need to get some more things that I can monetize. Right? I don't just like to learn just to learn. I actually try to monetize something that I'm learning. I don't learn everything. I learn those few things that I need to actually, that means something to my business. All right, so hit me up, drop me a comment, let me know your thoughts on this, and I'll be back. I don't know when I'll be back on Facebook Live, but you can catch me on YouTube, youtube.com/Billionaire Brown Online. Peace.